delighted that you have chosen to be on this committee, and I'm going to ask you to rise and to raise your right hand so that I might administer the oath of truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
I thank you. Please proceed with.
To build a strong bipartisan consensus behind American foreign policy. The work that America and our allies have undertaken and the sacrifices we have made have been difficult and necessary and right. Now is the time to build on these achievements, to make the world safer and to make the world more free. We must use American diplomacy to help create a balance of power in the world that favors freedom. The time for diplomacy is now. We are joining with developing nations to fight corruption.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Welcome, Dr. Rice.
Thank you. Our role is directly proportional, I think, Senator, to how capable the Iraqis are. And so as Iraqis become more capable, then I would assume certainly our help will be needed less. I am really reluctant to try to put a timetable on that because I think the goal is to get the mission accomplished, and that means that the Iraqis have to be capable of some things before we lessen our own responsibility. But we will be working with a newly elected government, and I'm quite sure that they're going to have their own ideas. We think this is a moment of opportunity. That means that there is going to have to be engagement at all levels. I expect myself to spend an enormous amount of effort on this activity. I can't substitute for the parties and their willingness to take on their responsibilities, and that's a message that we have to keep sending. We've had to note that
by George Bush's State Department, and he signed it. There was no Al-Qaeda Act. You sent them in there because of weapons of mass destruction. Later, the mission changed when there were none. I have your quotes on it. I have the president's quotes on it. And everybody admits it but you, that that was the reason for the war. And then once we're in there, now it moved to a different mission.
It was the total picture, Senator, not just weapons of mass destruction that caused us to decide that post-September 11th, it was finally time to deal with the threat
Well,
of
you
Saddam
should read
Hussein.
what we voted on when we voted to support the war, which I did not, but most of my colleagues did. It was WMD, period. That was the reason and the causation for that, particular vote. If you can't admit to this mistake, I hope that you'll
Senator,
rethink
we can have this discussion in any way that you would like, but I really hope that you will refrain from impugning my integrity. Thank you very much.
I'm just quoting what you said.
No, Senator, we did not write a report of that